Solve for x. The equation 16x to the power 4 is equal to 1. Now we have to be very careful here because there is a tendency to make the error wherein someone starts off and then divide both sides by 16 and then find the full root of both sides and end up having just one solution. That is wrong. 16x to the power 4 is actually a polynomial of degree 4. A polynomial of degree n is always expected to have n solutions. So this one, which is of degree 4, we expect it to have 4 solutions and not one solution. Okay? So don't make the error wherein someone writes 16x to the power 4 equals 1. They go ahead, they divide both sides by 16. They say 16 cancels off here. We have x to the 4 is equal to 1 all over 16. To get x, they take the full root of both sides. All right, so the full root cancels power 4, ending up having x is equal to 1 all over 16 to the power 1 quarter. But we know that 16 is 2 to the power 4. 2 to the power 4 to the 1 quarter, which is the same as 2 to the negative 4 to the 1 quarter, which is 2 to the negative 1, which is the same as a half. So you end up having just one solution. You're supposed to have 4 solutions. It's a polynomial of degree 4. All right? So we have to avoid making that mistake. Now, what then is the right procedure? Let's take a look. We have 16x to the power 4 equals 1. The first thing to do is to take this one from the right-hand side to the left-hand side so that we end up having 0 on the right-hand side to see our quadratic expression clearly. So we have 16x to the power 4 minus 1 is equal to 0. This is plus 1. When you take it this way, it becomes minus 1. So this is the polynomial equation that we have to solve. It's a polynomial of degree 4. It's supposed to have 4 solutions. Now from here, we have to summon all our mathematical intuition. If we look at it carefully, we can see that 16x to the power 4 minus 1 is actually a difference of 2 squares. Let's go gradually from there. The moment we can't see that, then we'll be complicating things. Things will get so tough and complicated. It is actually a difference of 2 squares. So let's go ahead and write it as a difference of 2 squares. All right. What number do we square to have 16? It is 4. And of course, when we square x squared, we're going to have x to the power 4. So 16x to the power 4 is 4x squared, all of that squared. 1 can be written as 1 squared. So you now see this expression has been written as a difference of 2 squares. This square minus this square. Now let's recall the difference of 2 squares identity, because we're going to need it. A squared minus b squared is the same as a minus b into a plus b. Difference of 2 squares identity. We're going to need it. Now, we want to express, we have already expressed this as difference of 2 squares. So it now resembles the left-hand side here. Let us now express this as the right-hand side. So we're just going to match term for term. The first term here is a. Our first term here is 4x squared. So wherever we see a, we put 4x squared. Our second term is b, and our second term is 1. So wherever we see b, we put 1. And so we have this expression written as such. All right. This is the same as this, and it's exactly the same as this. Okay. Now again, looking at 4x squared minus 1, since we have been working and we already have that experience, we know that this is also a difference of 2 squares. 4x 2x squared minus 1 is actually 2x all squared minus 1 squared. So we have written this as a difference of two squares. So let's just go ahead now and express it in this form. So our first member is 2x. So wherever we see A, we'll put 2x. Wherever we see B, we'll put 1. So let's go ahead and do that. So now we're going to have this A. So we have 2x minus B. B is 1. A, 2x plus B. B is 1. All of that multiplied to 4x squared plus 1. Okay? All right, so this is what we get so far. This expression is exactly this. So let's take this and put in this left-hand side. All right, so we're going to have 2x minus 1 into 2x plus 1 into 4x squared plus 1 equals 0. Okay, we're putting it in that equation. This is the equation we have to solve. We have this expression multiplied to this expression multiplied to this expression that gives us 0. It therefore means that either this expression is 0, or this expression is 0, or this expression is 0. So either 2x minus 1 is 0, and if that is true, it simply means that x equals a half. That is, when we take this negative 1 this way, become positive 1, and then we divide both sides by 2. Or the next one, 2x plus 1 is equal to 0. If that is true, it simply means that x is equal to negative half. This is positive 1. You take it that way, it becomes negative 1. We divide both sides by 2. We have x equals negative half. Or 4x squared plus 1 is equal to 0. Now, look at this one. We have 4x squared plus 1 equals 0. It is a quadratic because it's a polynomial of degree 2. So we expect it to have two solutions. All right, so all we need to do is to use the quadratic formula. All right, we apply the quadratic formula. X is equal to minus b plus minus the root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Remember that when we look here, our a is a coefficient of x squared term. Our b is a coefficient of x term. There's no x term there, so b is 0. And our c is the constant, the term that does not carry the variable x. So our c is 1. So we take these values and we'll put them in the formula to get the remaining two values of x. So let's go ahead and do that. B is 0 plus minus the root of b again is 0 minus 4 times a times c. All of that divided by 2a. So we end up with plus minus the root of negative 4 times 4 is negative 16. All over 2 times 4 is 8. All right. So these are the remaining two values of x. So we can go ahead and continue our simplification. So we have x is equal to, let's take the positive now. Positive root negative 16 all over 8. This is the same as root negative 16 is 4i. 4i all over 8, which gives us 2i all of 4 here 1. So it's going to give us I all over 2. The next one, we take the negative. negative root negative 16 all over 8. That gives us negative 4i all over 8, which is simply negative I all over 2. All right, so we now have all our four solutions. Our four solutions are x equals half, or x equals negative half, x equals 1 all on 2, I all on 2, x equals negative I all on 2. This gives us all the four solutions of this quadratic equation.